once used to be. Down there at the bottom used to be McDonald's. A town that grew up too fast. Wendy's used to be Hardee's. Hey, what's going on? Strolling with me, Todd. We are in Shrewsbury, Pennsylvania. So we're just walking around and looking at some stuff. Care to join me? That'd be awesome. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And just leave a comment. I don't know if you've ever been here before, or you know the area or not. And if you already subscribed, I want to thank you very much. Let's get started. It's a very, very windy day out. We're up here. This is where Kmart used to be back in the day. And then you had Radio Shack. You had Hallmark. I think Rite Aid was down there. And then giant food stores, which we'll take a gander down this way though. But right now, this is a church. So let's go walk around here. Take a look, see what we got. So some of that stuff is a restaurant, I think another little church thing or something, and then Lord's Gym. So I think this is where Rite Aid used to be in here. That's where Rite Aid used to be. Radio Shack was back there somewhere. Don't exactly remember where. But at least it's not sitting, all of it's not sitting empty and abandoned. But some of it is. There you go, now you can see a little bit better. This used to be a grocery store, giant food store. Now I guess maybe the township or the borough has it now. I'm not really sure what they're doing with it. They do have cameras up, and I have a camera in my hand. So yeah, it just goes, we'll get in the car and drive around back and take a look. But you used to be able to go over along the hill here down to where McDonald's is, which is now a insurance company. You're wondering where the pup's at. He's getting a bath and a haircut right now. So I have a little while to go do some videos. But yeah, right down that way is the bottom of the where the insurance company is. Used to be McDonald's. It's actually pointing straight that way and stuff, so a lot of stuff changed around here. I want to say probably in the 90s, like late 90s and stuff. Just across from us here, let me flip you around real quick. So that's where you come in at right there. And then right there would be straight ahead here. That building is where McDonald's used to be. But yes, we'll go over and I'll show you where Walmart is. Walmart's just straight ahead in front of me. And they built that, I believe in the late 90s. So it took Kmart out. And they built giant food stores across the across the way here, and all this other stuff. It just, big boom. Everything just grew. So, that is it. It is so cold and raw out. My hands are about numb. I got these gloves on, but I have to take them off because, well, they have holes in them, but the finger touch stuff don't really work that good. Anyways, I'll quit rambling. Let's get going, and I'll flip you around here, and we'll drive around the parking lot. In the back of the store. Now, I did work at this Kmart for a very, very short time. Because where I lived at, it wasn't close to here. And there's no bus service down here. It would take forever for a taxi to get down this way. But yeah, it was a nice, small, quiet town. We will go. See, they built all this up here. I'm going to stop for a minute and get out and show you. Alright, so straight down here used to be a trailer park. And they took that out way before they built all this right here. So, and then across the way, you could just barely see the blue. Over there's Walmart and stuff like that. Used to be Hollywood Video over there. All sorts of stuff. But now we're on this side of Kmart. So let's get back in the car and keep on going. So where we were at, you can see across the way there, right there, that's where they built the grocery store. There's Chick-fil-A down there and stuff. There's all sorts of stuff down there. But so let's get going. All right, let's drive around the back here and see what we see. It's been a while since I've been up this way. And this area used to be really small. Then you had everybody from Maryland and stuff moving up, and it just really exploded, really big. Lots of developments, lots and lots of developments. And then there's a few towns over, there's like apartments and stuff that were being built, and it's just really, really crazy. Because I knew when I was younger, and my grandparents would say, "Oh, I remember when that was a field," or "I remember this," or "I remember that." And then that memory's gone. I never really understood it till I guess I experienced it, and seeing stuff empty and stuff like that, and just seeing new stuff built. It's crazy seeing, like, you see fields all the time, and then now there's developments and stuff like that. Alright, now we're going down the hill here. This is how you get up to the top of it. One way in, one way out. Then you had this building here, right in front of us. That was an annex lab. That was like real big. Back then they had like doctor's offices. And now we're going to take a drive through town, and I'll show you what this looks like. Don't blink or you'll miss it. I believe there's 2 red lights in Shrewsbury. is Main Street. That used to be a bank off to the Shrewsbury Savings, and something will come through there then, and you can see that. I'll loop around. We'll go down one of these little alleys and loop around. But this is what it looks like pretty well down through. Figure it's pretty windy out today, so we'll just do a drive and explore a little bit of stuff outside. This weather's sort of messing up my plans because I like to do some other videos that I can match stuff up, but with the wind and the cold and stuff, and I want to sort of be outside for a while. But it is what it is. We'll make the best of it. Train station off to the left right here, this building with the yellow fire hydrant and stuff, and the train stopper. That was a train station back in the day. Used to be a garage here and a parts store over there on the right. And then we got Domino's. The funny thing about Domino's is that's where Pizza Hut was. They actually tore most of Pizza Hut down and rebuilt it for Domino's. So this is pretty much the end of Shrewsbury. We're going to make a right here. Where CVS was, there was a gas station and a pizza place. There was a little trailer here that had flowers and stuff in the parking lot. And then we have the YMCA. This used to be a local skating rink. If you all remember going roller skating back in the day. Not all of it was, but some of it was. I believe this red part here is still the original part of it. I believe. If my memory serves me correctly. Now it's a YMCA and stuff like that. Alright, now we're going to go over here. Straight ahead of us is a little plaza center. At the end of the plaza, on the left hand side, down by where Goodwill is, from Goodwill the whole way up to where it says Miles Outdoor, that was a grocery store. I think it was Festival Foods, if I remember. But I remember this used to be a grocery store. Pretty neat, pretty neat. And Dunkin' used to be a bank back in the day. There's been so many banks that went in there, and then they just turned it into a Dunkin'. Alright. They're definitely marking up the road and some of the woods back there. So, here's the field off to my left. Looks like they're going to put another development in there. Just like here, this is built up. Off to the right, there's a development in there. That's been there for a while, but further down, there's a newer development. This is sort of oldish, newish, and off to the right, or off to my left, I mean, they're starting to do stuff. This road here used to be a dirt road. I remember this used to be a dirt road back in the day. And then they built Walmart and this development, and they paved it. And they used to have a circle right here, and they took the circle out. I don't know why they put a circle in there. This is where Walmart and stuff is. Shopping center up here, full of stores. This end down here has Dollar Tree, GameStop, the liquor store, and Premium Collection, whatever that is. And you got the auto parts store here. Some of the stuff off to my left is newer. They just built that not too long ago. Say probably within the last 5 years, maybe even just a little bit longer. Down at the very end to my left is where Hollywood Video used to be. It is now a Mr. Tire. And there's the new McDonald's and stuff. Arby's was never here. Half the stuff was never here. Got all this stuff up here. Yeah, all that stuff on top of the hill there was never there. That hill actually wasn't even there. They built that way up. You were on top of the original hill when we were up over there by where Kmart and stuff was. The rest of that was just like a big pit. It went down real far. But that's it. We'll continue to drive around. I'll show you some other little things. Alright, then we have the Coach Light Restaurant, which is just slightly to my left across the street there on the corner. There used to be some apartment building here and they tore them down. To my left right here is where the trailer park used to be. Alright, we're going to turn up this alley here and see if we can, I'm not sure if this is the street. I don't think that's the street I want to go down. It's up here. I believe this is the street right here. No, that's not the street either. Yes, it was the street. Alright, we're gonna do a little loop-de-loop here. So you get to see real time of me trying to figure out what I'm doing. Here is that bank. It used to be a library back in the day. There's the bank. Pretty Pretty cool, ain't it? Pretty cool. I believe back here was the post office. I believe this little building here was the post office. Right here, I'll show you there. I believe that was, all this here was the post office, I believe. But, yeah, so that was the post office. And this here outgrew the area, so they built a bigger post office over by where the YMCA was when we went in. The borough of Shrewsbury is really not that big. You got Main Street and then these other couple little streets and then some little back alleys and stuff like that. And then right down here is the fire company over here on that side. Some nice old buildings. There used to be a lot of antique stores here. I don't know if there still are or not. We're going to hang a left. And then we're going out of Shrewsbury. When we went the other way towards where the roller skating rink was, if you kept going down this main street, you'll end up hitting Maryland. So this is all it is. And then there's some gas stations down here, a John Deere place, and then you're out of Shrewsbury. So nice small hometown feel that's becoming very, very overgrown. But I guess you have that, so it is what it is. I'm going to go in here and turn around, probably end the video here. Here's another church. That church has been there forever. But I want to thank you for coming along with me on this little drive. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you could, hit that like button, leave me a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you on the next one. On the next one, my friend. I'll leave all the bloopers in. Remember, treat yourself and others with kindness.